Can y'all hear me? Can Lord willing, y'all can hear me on Facebook? Can brothers and sisters hear me? Can brothers and sisters hear me on Facebook? Can you hear me? Brothers, can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me on Facebook. You know, I got this mic on. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can I get a 1 2 3 if you can hear me? Can somebody tell me if they can hear me? Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me on the mic? Can you hear me on the mic? Can y'all hear me on the mic? I'm just asking, can y'all hear me? 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Okay. So I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, right? I want to give double honors for the elders that have been paving the way, teaching the sincere milk, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecies, pushing 100% of the Lord's doctrine to the best of their ability. I'm going to start with Elder Tahar on down, that have been ruling well through the Spirit, right? And I might shalom to the hopeful elect that's out there in four corners of the earth, that's being sincere and being occupied in this ministry, right? And for the sisters that's being loving and silent wives, trying to pursue to be virtuous as much as possible. Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith, right? Like I said, man, on my way, you know, I live right down the street. On my way walking down here, I guess it was some people getting a little tougher, or whatever the heck it is. But I kept on moving. But at the end of the day, it's just crazy to me. Prophecies is being fulfilled slowly but surely, right? It's a lot of whitewash going on right now, you know, and we gotta actually be crying out to the city, right? To this wicked kingdom, right? So I'm gonna bring out John the 6th chapter. St. John the 6th chapter, verse 27. Bear with me, y'all. 27 to 39. This is St. John, the 6th chapter, 27 to 39. And it reads, labor not for the meat which perishes, for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him have God the Father sealed, right? So we shouldn't be a laborer only for meat that perish away, but meat that's everlasting, right? Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shai Brakatham, right? Right? We gotta be laboring, right, for something that's everlasting. We should be laboring for things above and not things on this earth, right? It says, then said they unto him, what shall we do that we might work the works of God? Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, this is the work of God, that ye believe on me whom he hath sent. And we have to believe in Yahweh Shema Shai from the beginning all the way to the end, right? Even Moses was prophesying about Hamashiach Yahweh Shai coming in Deuteronomy the 18th chapter, right? Let alone you hear about it in the Transfiguration in St. Matthew the 17th chapter. The Lord tell you, my beloved, hear him, right? We supposed to hearken to this prophet that the Lord had bestowed to actually lay his life down for his friends, right? It says, they said therefore unto him, what sign showest thou then, that we may see and believe thee? What doest thou work? Our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written. And that's dealing with Moses when the Lord took us out of Egypt. It says, and he gave them bread from heaven to eat. You go to 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, and it tells you that spiritual, actually, I'll just, you know, instead of paraphrasing, right? 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter says, actually, verse 2, it says, and did all eat the same spiritual meat. Salaki. And did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of the spiritual rock that followeth them, and that rock was Hamashiach, right? And it says in St. John 6:32, and Yahushua said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven. So that manna that was falling out is the true bread from heaven. But it's symbolically, it's referring to Hamashiach Yahushua, right? It says, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven, for the bread of God is he which cometh down from heaven. That is the true bread, and giveth life unto the world. Then said they unto him, Lord, evermore give us this bread. And Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. That's why he said in St. John, the 14th chapter, verse 6, I am the truth, I am the way, and I am the life, right? 36, it said, 35, it says, I am the bread of life, right? St. John 14:6. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, right? And he that believeth on me shall never thirst. And that's where you go to St. Matthew, the 5th chapter, verse 6. Whoever hunger and thirst for righteousness' sake shall be filled, right? And all the other verses that I'm going to bring out is to help to usher in all the other stipulations, right? Like the hour of temptation, the mark of the beast, Jacob's trouble, right? Race war, even your family turning on you, right? Lord willing, we can get to that, right? It says, but I said unto you that ye also have seen me and believe not. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. For I am down from heaven, not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. Yo, if Hamashiach Yahushua came from heaven and he's on earth, and he's doing the will of the Most High Yahweh, we're born in this wicked world. Let alone, you know, Hamashiach Yahushua is a descendant from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let alone we are too. Our main goal is to do the will of Yahweh, right? That puts you on this earth, man. Right? Verse 39, it says, and this is the Father's will which have sent me, that all which he have given me, I should lose nothing, but shall raise it up again in the last day. So he's going to raise it up in the last day. Guess what? He's going to raise up his hopeful elect. He's going to raise up the prophets, the apostles, right? The men and women that have been asleep in the world, right? Because the prophets, the spirit of the prophets and apostles, they live on, man. You got men going to the highways and byways, right? And from their works, they probably grew in stature and said, hey, I'm a prophet. Hey, man, the way, how long you've been studious in the ministry, hey, I must be an apostle of the word, man, right? Let's go to 3 Timothy. 3 Timothy, the first, 2 Timothy, Salaki. 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, verse 1 to 5, right? And this is Paul warns of stressful times. This know also that in the last days, perilous times, terrible times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, right? Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incompetent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heedy, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such are turned away, man, right? It's going to be a lot of people that's going to turn away from the faith, man. It's going to be a lot of people that's going to have, they're going to be truth breakers, right? They're going to be boasters, going to be proud, right? They're going to be covetous, man. And we see it from day to day, man. It's a lot of people that's covetous. It's a lot of people boasting. Look, this is what I do. This is my fruit. Who gives a hell about your fruit? You can judge a man by his fruit. You can see what a man's fruit is, man. You could tell by a man's stature. You could see the company he keep. You could see how he talk. You could see his action. Is he occupied, right? The Lord, Yahushua, he was what, 12 years old, And he didn't tell his mom and dad, I'm about to stay back in Jerusalem. Who the heck, man? I'm about my father's business. I ain't got to tell nobody where I'm going and what I got to do. You got to come and serve the Lord, man. If you get a spirit and you just jump out and be like, man, I'm about to go teach in the mountaintop, you got to go do that because Mashiach Yahushai said, I must be about my father's business, right? And any man and any woman shall find the man of the Lord in the ministry, man. Yes, you might have some time to relax, but guess what? Somebody might be going through something and they might be like, yo, bro, I got a problem. The man of the Lord is going to give somebody scriptures, man. In perilous times, a lot of the 2/3 is going to be falling into these stressful times, right? Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke 21. Luke 21, verse 25. Verse 25 and 26. It says, and there shall be a sign in the heaven, and in the moon and the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations and perplexity, the sea and the waves warring, men's heart failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Now, a lot of us is not meditating on the prophecies or the dark sayings of the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Because these things is going to happen. If you're not meditating on the things that's actually going to come, or preparing yourself to be ready for the things to come, you're going to be consumed. You're going to be the one to take the damn mark of the beast, man. You got to be occupied, not only, yes, with scriptures, but you got to be looking at what your enemies have in their mind. Because the enemy is so stupid, they promote what they're going to do, right? Isaiah the 13th chapter, verse 10, it says, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light, and the sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine, man. And we already see in Joel when he say, you know, he gonna give you sign. Look, the moon is gonna be red. A red moon means the sign of the end, right? And a lot of us be like, yo, man, the moon is red. Mom and uncle, they just chilling. But when you go in scriptures, that's a sign. And any man or any woman that has fear of Yahweh Shem Shai, they're going to see the moon and be like, call Allah Yahweh Shem. They might go tell somebody, or they might go in the scripture. That is not something just to chill back and just relax. That's a red moon. The Lord is giving you signs just to let you know, yo, he coming soon, man, right? Let's go to Joel 2 and 30. Oh, and it dropped right on it. Joel 2 and 30, and it reads, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall turn into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and the terrible day of Yahweh come, right? So when you see a red moon, right, that's let you know that the coming of Yahweh is about to happen, man. The wrath is about to happen on this dumbass place, man. And I said what I said, man. Yo, I can't wait for a hot girl summer. I can't wait till the nukes show you a hot girl summer, right? Men out here, man, I can't wait to sell it back, man. I can't wait until it is a cashless society, because how you drug dealers gonna make freaking money? You gotta go take that damn chip. Go take that damn mark, man, right? Some people wanna say it's spiritual and physical. Ooh, don't make no sense, man. You gotta be afraid because the devices of the enemies, man, is to afflict you, man, right? Let's go to Revelations, the 6th chapter. Let's go to Revelation, the 6th chapter. 12 and 13, verse 12 and 13, it says, and I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell upon the earth, even as fig tree, casting her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, man. Man, this is going to be them earthquakes, man. This is something that you want to be meditating on and doubling up your faith, man, right? This is the time to prophesy the downfall in this wicked place. You got to be thinking of Nineveh. You have to be thinking of Babylon. You have to be thinking of the Greeks. You have to be thinking of the Persians. You have to be thinking of the Romans, man. We have to be thinking of the downfall, just like the downfall of the Canaanites, and then the 5 kings was under the feet of Joshua. Man, in Baruch, the 4th chapter, verse 25, man, that future prophecy, we're going to get these kings, and the spirit of the Lord is going to be upon us, and we're going to snatch them out they damn hoes, man. And this is not a time just to relax, man. You feel me? NFL is so rigged, all the sports is rigged, and they're just doubling up money. They're saying inflation is happening, but they still doing the lottery. Right now, I go to that big ass sign going towards my job. That should say $536 million, right? I'm telling you, they're ushering in the mark of the beast right now, right? Slowly but surely, World War III is at hand, right? Just like how the Bible is in my hand, World War III is at hand, right? Let's go to Matthew, right? Matthew 24, verse 42 to 44. It says, this is Matthew, the 24th chapter, verse 42 to 44. It says, watch therefore. You're watching your scenery and you're watching your adversaries. Because if your adversary is in control, how can you watch them? You're not in the Pentagon or the White House. They promote it on the news. They promote it on YouTube. They promote it on Twitter. They promote it on movies and TV shows. And people are like, oh, you taking movies and TV shows too serious. They made a whole series about freaking the disease, let alone they got a Netflix show dealing with COVID. And that came out in 2016, 2017, and COVID dropped in 2020. So help me make that make sense. Sometimes you got to eat out the meat and spit out the bones in some of these movies or TV shows or in the news, because Esau is showing you what he's freaking doing, man, right? It says, for ye know not what hour your Lord do cometh. So if none of us know, then we should be occupied. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched. So if we knew when Yahweh Shai was coming, we would be watching. We would be more consistent. We would be more persistent. More women would sit their ass at home. More women would play the role of a woman, because in this time, every woman going to wish that they held on to that good nigga. Most women in this time is going to be less of a headache, because it's going to get too crazy, right? Yo, I ate an egg today, man, and I seen that it was a fire near a lot of egg farms. Why? How was that a coincidence? It's because, yo, and the craziest thing, Bill Gates owned damn near majority of the United States farming, man. Help me to help you make that make sense. And there's a video I dropped on my YouTube. They're selling organic plastic eggs. It says, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken. So the men of the Lord is going to always watch, because they don't want their house to be broken. You go to Sirach, the 27th chapter. If a man hold his face in the fear of Yahweh Bashim Shai, his house won't be overthrown. A lot of us don't got our face in the fear of Yahweh because you're not occupied. You're too comfortable. Niggas ain't enduring. Niggas is relaxing, right? It says, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Well, you got to be ready Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That means you want to feel like you read it. You want to build up your faith. I don't know when the Lord is coming, but it's hey, look. I'm not going to steer nobody the wrong way. I feel like everybody should be doubling up. Hey, if the Spirit on you a certain way, hey, Lord willing, you come out of that. But when you come out of that, you should double up, because you want to be surrounded with that light, man. Shalom, Dawai, Yahweh Shemar Shai Brakatam. If you got a precept, King, you can always, drop the precept, or if you want to, join the live, man, it's cool, right? Matthew the 12th chapter, verse 36. It says, but I say unto you that every idle word, right, that man shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. That idle word is going to go into careless. A lot of people are going to say careless things, man, right? Let alone, I am the Christ, like a Yah-Jew or this other foo-foo or this other ting-ting. Or you got people saying careless thing, the mark of the beast saying physical. A lot of us got to watch what we freaking saying, man, right? Hey, right now, it was a point in time where I didn't know this or I didn't know that. I'm going to admit I didn't know this at this time, but the Lord was working with me because I was trying to put my foot on the gas. The Lord was like, no, no, no. And he put me around brothers that were sharpening my sword, right? And we were looking at all aspects, and all other aspects did not make sense. You got to really break down this loaf until the word makes sense, man. You got to be crazy for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got to be a fool. People out here, they looking at me with a dang ring light, and I'm over here teaching the word. People coming and going. I could care less, man, right? Because, man, we could die right now. A nuke can be coming right now. They said Russia got a nuke that you can't even, they can't even track it. That man moving at Mach 27. You better be ready. Mach 27, I've never seen a speed like that. Let's go to 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, 2 Peter. Second Peter, the 3rd chapter, verse 3 and 4. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. And I got to stop right there. We're going to have, I'm going to say it again. Knowing this first, I want everybody to know, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust, man. And we see this every day, every year, and every month, man. There's a lot of scoffers moving on their own lust, man. Scoffing over the littlest things, man. And then when you bring it out as, all right, okay, I don't want to deal with that. A lot of people don't want to deal with a lot of things in the Bible. That's why they go to the easy part. And they still don't even understand the easy part. Then they want to jump into the hard things and don't even understand the hard things, man. Right? Verse 4, it says, in saying, where is the promise of his coming? For look, that's what a scoffer would say. Where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Right? But man, shoot, you better wake your ass up. Romans 13:11, man. Man, let me get that. Let me get that. I'd be mad at myself if I didn't get that. Romans the 13th chapter, right? Verse 11, man. You gotta wake out of sleep, man. How you gonna really understand what's really going on, man? Romans the 13th chapter, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake up out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Yo, I'm telling you, the end time is nearer than we believe. If you niggas is not, I'm calling you niggas, man. If you ain't trying to serve the Lord, you was a nigga, man. For real, acting like a straight worldly nigga, man. The men of the Lord is going to be occupied, man. You got to have the fear of the Lord, man. This world can kill your flesh, but the Lord can kill your flesh and your spirit. The brother Dawai Yasharalam put Jeremiah the 13th chapter, verse 16. It says, give glory to Yahweh, your power, before he caused darkness, and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. And while ye look for light, he turned it into the shadow of death and make it gross darkness, man. Yo, I'm telling you, the day of the Lord is terrible. The day of the Lord is dark. The day of the Lord is vengeance. The day of the Lord is wrath. The day of the Lord is punishment. The day of the Lord is coulda, woulda, shoulda, tuulda. Right? The brother put Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near, man. He's near. If you got a phone, you could download the app right now, man. Right? You got to seek the Lord while he may be found. You are the seeker. The Lord is the one hiding. You got to seek him. Niggas ain't seeking him. That's that Isaiah 34:16, man. Seek out of the book of Yahweh and read. You niggas is just sitting on your lap. And a lot of brothers is just letting the other brothers teach, and they just listening and then re-saying what they saying, but never went to the scripture to make sure they can understand it themselves. We're going to regurgitate anything out of the Bible, but it's about, can you see it yourself? The same thing that brother said, can you see it yourself? That's why when brothers bring out scriptures, you got to write them down and then go back in them, right? You want to make sure that you're not fed a whole bunch of bullshit, right? Joel 2:28. It says, and it shall come to pass. Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm going to start at 27. It says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, right? And yo, look, this is how I know the Lord is in the midst of Israel. Because why the heck would a black, Latino, and native man of any congregation, definitely a great millstone, and brother through the spirit, why is brothers doing sit-downs? Why are brothers on the corner? It's because it's the spirit of the Lord. If a brother is correcting you, the spirit of the Lord. Brothers want to sharpen up, it's the spirit of the Lord. You getting your butt up to go out and prophesy on the downfall of these kingdoms, it's the spirit of the Lord. I wanted to go kick my feet up. I got a headache. I got a super headache. But it was just something I seen. I actually seen a video from you too, Brother Dawad. I seen a video from you. It was like a 2-minute video. I seen a video from Apostle Gabar. I seen a video from my brother Yaramayan. And I'm like, wait, oh, hell no. Then I seen another video with about Russia's bomb. This bomb can go like Mach 27 or however fast it is, and it could be undetected. I'm like, oh, hell no. And it just made me feel like, you know what, I got to get up and go. And then the other day, my wife said, she said, if you ever get the urge to want to go teach, that's the spirit of the Lord doing that. And I'm coming to realize the Lord is not like a hard man to really, for you to see the signs and the wonders, man. The Lord does nothing but to reveal his secrets to the prophets. So if the Lord allowed me to chill, I see a brother video, he used that brother to reveal to me that secret, and then I'm able to digest it and be like, yo, I got a precept. Oh, I got another precept. Then my brother, he sent a video. I'm like, oh my goodness. That's how you know the spirit of the Lord works, because the spirit of the Lord will feed you. You could say in your mind, I'm hungry. The Lord will feed you, right? It said, and I am Yahweh, your power, and none else. And my people should never be ashamed. You should never be ashamed to cry out to Yahweh Shem Shai. You should never be ashamed to say Yahweh Shem Shai. You should never be ashamed to be corrected when you might be wrong. It said, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. Right? Hey, man, Lord, it's up. Please pour the spirit upon me. Right? Man, let me go to, let me see Daniel, I believe. Right? And I bring this out damn near every day. And it's just crazy when the spirit of the Lord comes. This I'm going to just read this, right? This is Daniel, the 2nd chapter, verse 21 to 22. He changed the times and the seasons. This is, and he removed the kings and set up kings. This is the main point. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light that dwelleth in him. So the Lord is the one that reveals the secret unto you. Sometimes the Lord will use another vessel. You are not the only mother-sucking prophet that the Lord is using. He might use another brother to be like, yo, I like what this brother doing. I need him to prophesy this on this side of the United States or this side of the world. So guess what? I'm going to have him sit here, and I'm going to have him get a notification. He going to watch. I'm just telling you, it's no way how I could be watching a video and I'm chilling. Then I'm over here reading. Church, I get a notification, but I'm steady watching the video and I'm reading, and I just say, forget it. I pause the video and I go to the other video, and then I stop everything I'm doing, and then I just write a whole lesson. That's your Yahweh Shem Shai. I don't care what nobody say, man. right? Wisdom is a flowing thing. You go to Sirach, the 7th chapter, and you find that out, right? Let's go to Daniel, the 12th chapter, verse 4, right? This is Daniel, the 12th chapter, verse 4. O thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. Because you got to think, before all of this, the ministry wasn't really going out. And until that before One West, before New York, before they really was bringing out this word, the word wasn't flowing, man. The book was sealed, right? And it says, many shall run to and fro, right? And this is what happened. When Christianity really was coming and going, a lot of us was trying to find truth, right? Christianity changed from that slavery bullshit, but it still was doctrinated to deceive our people, and we were going to and fro and couldn't find the knowledge, and knowledge shall be increased. So then that's when the founding and building of One West, and then the branch just kept going, and we at 2023. Knowledge is increasing forevermore, because this is the end time. Knowledge is going to keep growing until we out of here. Knowledge is going to keep growing. This is just the peak, right? We're going to go down to verse 9. It says, and he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. The words are sealed until the time of the end, man, right? And right now, we walking in this end time, but a lot of us is not observing and watching the times, right? Mr. Dar put St. John, the 7th chapter, verse 38, he that believeth for me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. And what did he say to Daniel? He said he put the word in your mouth, you know what I'm saying, and it became a flame, right? We become a fire spitter when we believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're being occupied, right? We're seeking him 10 times more, and he's going to let rivers flow, living water flow out of us, man, right? And that's going to be that increase, right? Let's go to Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. Thessalonians. Wait, which one? First Thessalonians. First Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. First Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, verse 2 and 3. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with a child. They shall not escape. Just like when we go to Matthew, the 24th chapter, a woman that's bringing forth children, that's weaning a baby or bearing a child. Guess what? Woe to those women, man. Let me go back to that. It says, what was that? It said, and when they shall say peace and safety, right? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them. And even in them Christian church, they're going to keep peace and safety, brothers and sisters. Guess what? That destruction is going to come, man. That sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with a child, man. This is not something you want to play around with, man, right? You got to put the armor of the Lord on if you're going to even be able to survive, man. You got to be reborn in this truth and be converted. Be a new you. Put off the old conversation of the old man, because I'm telling you, a lot of brothers is going to be weak, and they're going to take that charagma, right? Let's go to Matthew, the 24th chapter. Matthew, the 24th chapter, verse 14. Matthew, the 24th chapter, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Then shall the end come. Hey, the end didn't come because guess what? The truth is not spread four corners of the earth that all nations can see it, right? And that's the Lord doing it, man. Until the hopeful elect slowly but surely wake up, like it has to bounce. And that's why I totally respect what Yahweh Shem Yahushai is doing in different foundations. I'm not going to take away from the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because all that he did from the start of this truth getting spilled out, the Lord is working. Even from brothers that don't even got the prophecies right, the Lord is still planting seeds that men and women are coming back to the culture of trying to rehearse the righteous act. Brothers and sisters are coming back to finally keep the faith. Only thing, the spirit of prophecy is going to hit some of these brothers and sisters to actually see these prophecies correctly, right? Hey, I pray for myself and more brothers increase in knowledge and understanding so we can actually see the scriptures and teach them the correct way, right? I am not better than you and you're not better than me, right? But it's about the scriptures is better than all of us, right? And we got to give honor to Yahweh Shema Shai and really ask him, you know, because all the things we're about to read right now, because we almost there, you want to prepare yourself spiritually and mentally. Now we about to get in there. You about to go to Revelations, the 3rd chapter, man. Let's just get in here real quick, man. Revelation, the 13th chapter, verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Right? Let me keep going. Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right? The hour of temptation is going to come, but if we are patient, the Lord is going to protect us, man. Only the hopeful elect that is sincere in heart, right? In heart and in action. The Lord is going to make sure in the hour of temptation you protect it, man. Let's go to Revelations 13 and 16. Right? I ain't got my phone to go into the blue letter, but shoot, I definitely got it in his mind. Revelation, the 13th chapter, verse 16, 17. And he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. That mark is charagma, and it means a stamp or imprint, right? And if you was to watch the 2nd episode of Spartacus, they get branded on the right hand. It is on them, right? A stamp, right? Let alone animals get stamped. They might get it on their damn ear, right? You get tats. I got a tat over here. I'm too black. You probably can't see it. I got one on my chest. You know what I'm saying? Other slaves was getting branded on their cheek, branded on their back, right? Let alone this captivity is worse than all of them. Technology, we got cell phones that you can go in the store and just tap your phone in there and pay it. You got a credit card that it got a chip and you just put, come on, man. We can't let Esau, this captivity is worse than all the others. We got Wi-Fi, we got internet. Them brothers was driving in cars. We driving in cars and they riding on horses and animals and camels. We over here driving cars, tractors, polluting the whole air. Our forefathers would be shocked at how we moving. We'd be shocked. I don't even know if any of us can endure back then, but we want to take away from the technology of the damn test tube monkey Edomites, right? It says in their right hand or their forehead. In. It don't say on, it say in. So that means it's going to be inserted, right? It says in that no man might buy or sell. So if you don't take the mark, if you go look in the GNT, the CSB, or the NLT, it say that you will not be able to buy without the mark. So how can a damn test tube monkey tell me I'm insane? How he gonna know I'm insane? How he gonna know? How he gonna tell by my spirit? How you gonna know if in the spirit I got the mark? I'm not understanding that. So I see it buying and selling. We talking about a transaction to get food, buy and sell. Yo, I'm gonna sell you my PlayStation. Bing, bing, bing. Go watch the movie Time. What is it? Timeless. Miss Adara is called Timeless, right? With Justin Timberlake. It's not the same way, but on the right arm on Timeless, they had for them to live life, they had to live by time. As soon as they get to 0, they die. And sometimes you can touch somebody's arm, just like some cell phones. You could connect 2 cell phones and, you know, spear and split the battery, right? So you could touch somebody's arm and give them a little bit of your time, right? And it's crazy how the shit is in, I don't know how they get it, but it's on their arm. You should go watch the movie Timeless. The movie Timeless is by Justin Timberlake. So just eat the meat and spit out the bone, right? Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, right? It says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 scores and six. That's 666. Let alone that is going to calculate for the 2/3. They're going to be consumed. Any man, any woman taking this mark, regardless if you believe it or don't believe it, you take this mark in Revelation, the 13th chapter, I'm going to just say bye right now. But hey, if you don't understand Revelation, the 13th chapter, it's okay. Don't hurry up and speak about it. Just get your spirit right. Pray to the Lord that he help you understand, right? Hey, before, like, I never read Revelations 13, but I always, when I did, like, look at it and I never broke it down, I always said, this got to be, because when you go to 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So I say the image is something spiritual, like philosophy, something in the mental, right? Because that's the philosophies in the ways of this world, like we're doing right now. That's the image. Then let alone the mark. The mark is physical. The mark is physical. So I believe the image is spiritual, and the mark is physical, right? Or you could say the image is mental, right? Or however you want to put it. But I know the mark is fully physical. And then when I started to talk to my brother Yarmayan, that's the first person that I talked to. You know, and a lot of brothers go, oh man, you getting it from your elder or this. I'm not gonna lie. This is an honest fact. I seen it myself, and I just told you what I seen it as before I seen anything. The first person I ever talked to about a mark or Revelation 13 to make sure I wasn't crazy was my brother Yarmayan. And it's crazy how when I said what I said, we started bringing it out, and he started bringing it out. And then he said, yo, brother, go on the blue letter and go look what mark is. I never used the blue letter. I used the blue letter, and I went to where it say mark, in Revelations, the 13th chapter, the 16th verse, and I looked at where it say mark. I get the biblical usage, and it say imprint, right? Basically going in an insert or branding somebody. And when I seen that, I hit up my brother Yarmayan. Oh, it's no way. And I already knew it was physical, man. I couldn't prove it because I never used the blue letter, right? Now I got another precept to add on to that, right? Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke, the 2nd chapter, man. Luke, the 2nd chapter, verse 1 to 3. Please pay attention. There you go. It says, and it came, because you've seen Revelations, the 13th chapter, say buy and sell. You are here today. Don't we get taxed? Yeah, right. But we're not fully in control because of flammation. When they do the cashless society and they try to do a new digital currency, they're going to have more control of the money, right? This is Luke, the 2nd chapter, verse 1 to 3, and it says, and it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, every one in his own city, right? And when you go to the 1st Maccabees, the 1st chapter, verse 41, what did he say? Antiochus said, hey, let all of us leave our laws and let's become one people. And that was his decree. And that's a king. Soon as he make this law, we got to do it. So now, when they make this cashless society and it's a new digital currency, they're going to have more control. They don't have control of the money right now. They're going to have more control. That's why I said, what is you drug dealers going to do? What is the drug dealers going to do when it becomes a cashless society? It's over. So drug dealers they're going to have to be the first people to take the mark of the beast. I bet you the pharmacy, they're going to take that chip. Because the pharmacy is one of the biggest drug dealers in the world. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand the number one point of the Bible is believing in Hamashiach Yahawashi, who a lot of people fail from because he's a stumbling block to them because they can't believe him, right? Then let alone the prophecies, right? Race war, let alone Hamashiach Yahushai is only for his brethren, right? For the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Let alone the mark of the beast. A lot of people are having a hard time with those things. The 7 seals, right? The prophecies is important. Let me go to Ephesians 2:20. It says, and are built upon the foundations of the apostles and prophets. Yahushai Hamashiach himself being the chief cornerstone. So we got to understand about Hamashiach Yahushai, but I'm going to just say some things that Yahushai might say might go over your head, and you might be a babe in this. This is why I believe you have to devour the loaf. And that foundation is the apostles, the prophets, prophets and the apostles. The prophets before the apostles, then you read the apostles, and then after you read the prophets and apostles, then reread the apostles, and then go back to the prophets. That's the whole foundation, because a lot of the prophecies, they're going to go into the prophets and the apostles. They're the foundation. This is why, for you to understand the whole Bible, you're going to always have to dip into the apostles and the prophets and the apostles. But at the end of the day, the chief cornerstone is Hamashiach Yahushai. You can never go wrong with the foundation, and you can never go wrong with the chief cornerstone. You can never go wrong with the vine. You can never go wrong with the righteous branch. But you have to believe, and you have to devour the loaf. He comes in the whole volume of the Bible, but if you're not trying to seek and devour and to teach the brothers and sisters, hey, I don't know. You're going to be left behind like that damn movie. Let's go to 2 Peter 2:9. 2 Peter 2:9. 2 Peter, let me see. Is this it? No, that's not. 2 Peter 2:9. And it reads, Yahweh knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation. What we just read in Revelations, the 3rd chapter, verse 10. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly, not the ungodly, the godly. We talking about the whole full out of temptation, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to punishment. Hey, a lot of you brothers is on your last thread, and the Lord is allowing your ass to still be kicking. He allowing you to still be kicking until the day of judgment. Some of you brothers got wiped out already. Some of y'all already got killed before. But some of y'all that's wicked as hell, the Lord is saving you for that day, man. And if you still woke, why not pursue Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Right? Let's get this last one. Go to Isaiah, the 24th chapter. We're going to go to verse 17 to 21. This is Isaiah, the 24th chapter, verse 17 to 21, and it says, Fear in the pit, in the snare, that's a trap, are upon thee, O inhabitants of the earth. Now, this is a whole lesson. I ain't gonna lie, this one right here, man. It say, And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows for the windows from on high are open. That's talking about the firmament, because the nukes is going to be, they're going to be going like high up in the atmosphere, right? And it's going to be open up, and the foundations of the earth do shake. They're going to be shaking because of those nukes that's going to be touching down. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. If you go look at my rails, the rails on Facebook, REELS, it's 2 videos about bombs getting dropped on America in a laser. It says, the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall rail. That's crazy. I just said, look at my rails, and it just said it right there. The earth shall rail. Hey, for me, I'm just saying, little by little, that was the spirit. That is a spirit right there. When I get done with this life, I'm about to go look at my rails, man. Just after this verse, it said the earth shall rail. R-E-E-L. Go on my Facebook and go look at the 2 rails when the bombs drop, right? Go look at them. They're on my Facebook, and if not, I'll just reshare them on Facebook. It says, the earth shall rail to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof, the sins thereof, shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall, and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones, the elites, right? The high ones that's ruling in wickedness, that are on high, in the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall be visit, man. Yo, the day of the Lord, man. You go to Joel, the 3rd chapter. You go to Zechariah, the 9th chapter. Wait, no, Zechariah, the 13th chapter, 9th verse, 2/3 are going to be destroyed. You go to, what's another one? I know it's one in Zephaniah. I think it's one in Amos. It's Revelations, the 18th chapter. America gonna be destroyed in 60 minutes. A lot of y'all is not prepared, and you don't care. You really don't care, man. I think I'm about to go home and watch a lot of bombs drop. I'm about to go on YouTube and go look at nuclear bombs getting dropped. Because back then, and right now, they do a lot of testing in certain places with nukes. And I want to build up my faith, because these nukes are going to wipe out cities, your children, your mama, and your daddy. If you not trying to prepare yourself, and I understand some people are like, oh, I don't want to see that. I understand it's going to happen. I just don't want to see it. I understand that. But if you don't want to see it, how can you taste your faith? How can you taste your faith? A lot of us don't want to see half of this shit. But when it comes, how can I say I'm ready? The Lord told Peter, you're going to deny me. Peter said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. The man did not know when it was going to happen. This man, right, he's getting taken up. No, they go over there, he pray. They falling asleep. Then he get taken up, and out of nowhere it happens right there and then. I don't want to be one of them people that was coulda, shoulda, woulda, tuda, when I coulda took the time to actually apply myself to the ministry of Yahweh Shem Shai. And with that, Sirach 4:28, strive for the truth until death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee, right? You have to strive. Strive means striving in the prophecies, striving in your character, striving in your faith, striving in endurance. Perseverance is endurance. Strive not to be prideful. And I'm gonna bring this last one, last one. I believe is Job, the 36th chapter. Let me see. See, I was right. Job, the 36th chapter, and verse 11, it says, if they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasures. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge, man. You're going to die without knowledge, man. If we choose not to obey Yahweh Shem Shai, we're going to die. We're going to die without knowledge. And I'm not going to lie, the prophecies is where a man puts his face at. Because prophecies is to predict the future, what's going to come. I can worry about my stature every day. And I do these lessons about stature, sincere, all of that. Prophecies is something that's coming tomorrow, the next day, the next month, next year. If we're not hearing enough prophecies, how can we be girded up? How can we be ready? Hey, and with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect. Do anybody got any questions or any precepts? You know what I'm saying? I love y'all to the moon and never back. Death to America and death to Esau, not on my time, but his time. He never early and never late. Like I said, I love you to the kingdom and never back. Right? Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Rakak. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. Right? I'm going to give y'all a few more seconds.